Hello, everyone. Hello. It's been a while, but I wanted to make sure that I showed up here for you today. Welcome to a healing moment with DrDebra. I am DrDebra Dunston, pastoral counselor and trauma healing and empowerment coach, helping you to get free through your healing process and then empowering you to stay free by building an abundant life after trauma, because there is life after trauma. So, no matter what you're going through, what you're going through, you can live again. It's a matter of sticking to it, getting through the process, and then building that life afterwards. Today's topic on a healing moment. By the way, a healing moment is now being brought to you by Healing Lives Fellowship. It's a nonprofit that helps families to heal and help so that they can thrive and have a life, a productive and self-sufficient life after they have been through the trauma of sexual abuse, um, domestic violence, or even chronic grief. Yes, there is a point where grief actually can become um, traumatic, and chronic. And so we're helping people to actually deal with the emotional challenges that gets them stuck so that they can move beyond. Today's topic is how to challenge your limiting beliefs. How do you challenge limiting beliefs? you know Today I'm going to give you 5 ways. Of course, there are many others and people have many different methods, but I'm going to give you 5 ways that you can challenge your limiting beliefs, the thoughts that you think that come up in your head, things that you say to yourself when you're by yourself. Sometimes we even say them because I talk to myself because there is no one to talk to, right? So even those things that may come up in your mind, those things that may even come out of your mouth that you may say to yourselves. And things like, ain't nobody gonna ever want me. I'll never find anyone. I might as well give up because all men are dogs, women. All the good men are taken. All the good men are taken or in jail. I've heard that one. And men, I've heard you say, all women are whores. All women just want something. They just want you to do stuff for them. Ain't no good women out there. And besides, I'm too broke for anybody to want me anyway. Put me over there because ain't nobody gonna want to be with me because I'm just a little too broke. I'm too fat. I'm too skinny. I'm too ugly. I'm too stupid. And the list goes on and on and on. The things that we say to ourselves many times in our quiet time when we tend to think too much. I'm going to always be alone. You know, we tend to think too much. I don't even have a life. Things like that. I ain't going to never have a life. I'm going to always be broke. Just the things that we say to ourselves that can get us stuck. Um, but there are ways to combat that. There are ways to not so much just get past it, but actually to um, get rid of them. You know, um, the now we're going to go with the first way is that the first thing you should do, the first key is identifying your limiting beliefs and just admitting that you have them. A lot of times we don't like to tell ourselves that we even have limiting beliefs. If we will be truthful, we don't even like to tell ourselves that anything is bothering us. Ooh, I'm blessed and highly favored of the Lord. God got me. Jesus wept. No, let me stop. But we don't even like to admit it. But that's the first step, admitting and identifying your limiting beliefs by asking yourself questions that will uncover the beliefs that you may have about yourself and about the world in general, and about even just your life around you. So you identify that you have those beliefs, identify the ones that are holding you back, and then tell yourself things like, to help you identify them, ask yourself questions. What do I tell myself that keep me from opening up to new things in my life? Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? What do I repeat over and over again to myself that's not doing me any good? Is there any worth on it? Think on these things that are good, things that are worthy. Ask yourself, what things do I think on that are not really even worthy? That way you can kind of find your limiting beliefs. When you find those limiting beliefs, what I want you to do is start writing them down, because things that are left in the dark will only fester. And so this is not so you can dwell on those limiting beliefs, but when you write something down and then you eradicate them, as you're writing them down and you eradicate them, you can call them conquered. Because when we let it just stay up there and fly around in our head, both good and bad, then it's not doing you any good. And so I want you to make a list of those limiting beliefs so that you can knock them down, because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds and the casting down of imaginations. Those things we think about ourselves, those thoughts we think about ourselves, those strongholds, limiting beliefs, and even the imagination, because some of us not only think about them, speak about them, but we also tend to mold them over in our mind with pictures, and that make them stay even longer. And so I want you to do that. Just write them down. And after you get those lists of limiting beliefs and you have written them down, I want you to challenge your beliefs. Make them prove themselves. Tell them to prove themselves. If you write, prove yourself. Prove yourself. Ask questions like this. What evidence I have that this belief is even true? I ain't gonna never find nobody. What's the evidence? What's the evidence that unless you know the future, unless you hold your own future in your hand, then what evidence you have that that belief is even true? What evidence that you have that that belief is even false? And so challenge that belief, face it, come face to face with now belief. You're going to prove yourself to me. I'm going to tear down everything you got to say. And so ask yourself, so first thing, admit you have a limiting belief and list what they are. What are they? Admit to yourself. Challenge those beliefs that you may have that are holding you back. Challenge them. Make them prove themselves. Number 3, when you get them, turn those limiting beliefs into positive affirmations. For example, if you're afraid of opening your heart up to love again, you can change it to, I am capable of having a healthy relationship despite the toxic ones of my past. I am capable. I can find something that will bring me joy. I can have happiness again. So you take that thing and flip it on its tail. Flip it right back on itself. And so you return that negative thought. When that negative thought comes, flip that same thought. Like a lot of people like to say, when something negative comes, think of something positive. No, that's good. But what it is that you have to take that same statement, that same thing, and then flip it, use it, turn it back around. So instead of just getting some random other positive thought, take that same statement and flip it on its butt. Flip it right back around. Number 4, sometimes you still can be stuck. Even when you've done number 1, identified your limiting beliefs. Number 2, even when you have listed them and admitted them and everything. Number 3, even when you've come up with some positive affirmations that would counter that negative belief or that negative thought or those negative words, some people still need to get support. Sometimes we need somebody to walk through that journey with us. And there's no shame in that. As a pastoral counselor and a trauma healing and empowerment coach, I have to tell people when they come to me that you don't have to be ashamed that you had to reach out and find someone who can help you through this process. Sometimes it's not always that easy. Even myself, I didn't find it easy. Yeah. Counselors get counselors too. Coaches have coaches too. And so sometimes some things that I go through when I've experienced loss, when I am experiencing extreme grief, when things just don't seem to be going right, I may have to reach out to somebody. So you can reach out to somebody too. Find some support. Get around some positive people. Find someone who could help you challenge those limiting beliefs. Find somebody who can say, no, look, you did this. Remember this? Remember that you did? Yeah, you are worthy of something, not just cheer you on, but to help you to remember those successes that you had in your life, right? So, number one, like I said, cha- um, the first thing you do in challenging your limiting beliefs is admit that you have them. Admit that you have them, list them down so you can see them right there. Number two, challenge them, make them prove themselves. Number three, turn them into a positive affirmation, something you can say to yourself. Number four, like I said, make sure that affirmation is intentional, that it includes what you thought negatively. Number four, find some support if you need it. Find someone to help walk you through the process. Ask them for feedback, advice. Be open to hearing a different perspective than your own. That's how we have to do. And number five, take action. After you've admitted your limiting beliefs and have written them down for yourself, after you have challenged those limiting beliefs, all right, after you have replaced them with some positive things, positive affirmations, positive things, then if you need support, find support. You need to take action. Faith without works is dead. You got to do something. The most important step is to take some type of action, even though it can be difficult to move past your limiting beliefs. The only way to do that is by taking a risk, pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Try something new and then see what happens. You don't have to do a lot, but try to do something every day that moves you further away from those limiting beliefs. Pick one of them that you're going to work on and go through the steps just for that one limiting belief. I don't want you to try to overwhelm yourself. Pick one, try to work on that one. Go through the 5-step process. If you need some help, like I said, reach out. I'm right here. You can call on me. I can be there for you. I can help you through that. I have a process that I go through with my clients to help them through it. So if you want to, you can inbox me. You can call my number or text my number in case I'm with a client, 240-392-5838. So you can text me and let me know that you would like to set something up just so we can talk a little bit and see how I can help you. And women, oh, by the way, women, if you want to hear more about limiting beliefs and toxic thoughts and how you can overcome them, those things we say to ourselves, you can join us on Saturday. We're having our Get Free, Stay Free Trauma Healing and Support Group, where we are helping women to not only go through their healing journey, but we are actually helping them to build abundant lives after their trauma. So helping them to get free and then to stay free. Healing is a journey, but healing is a process, but freedom, getting free from it, is a journey. So in order to stay free, you got to put some work behind it. And so if you are interested in joining us via Zoom, we'll be meeting here in Clarksville, Tennessee, in person, but you can join us via Zoom. The women here will be love for you to join us. And you can inbox me for the link or text me, as I said, at my number, or you can also contact me at DrDebra at healinglivesnow.org. Again, that's DrDebra, DrDebra, at healinglivesnow.org. All right. I look forward to hearing from you. This has been a healing moment with DrDebra. And my thoughts for you is always something kind, that you will grow in grace and come through anything that is holding you back and become the great person that you are. Get free and stay free. Thank you for joining.